Hello, today I'll be doing a how-to video on how to replace a graphics card. There's two things you'll need for this. First, a screwdriver. This particular screwdriver is a Phillips. And then you'll need your graphics card that you're putting in. So let's get started. Put the graphics card over there for now, out of the way. I'm going to pull up my chair here so we can get started on this. First, you'll need to locate the couple of screws on the back end here. Typically, there'll be one on the bottom and there'll be one on the top. Alright. So I've already removed the screws. So we're going to take the side panel off. Just like so. We'll set that off to the side. Forgive my crappy cable management. Okay, now I'm going to lower the camera so we can get a better angle on the components themselves. There we have it. So, those of you that don't know, this is your graphics card right here. Some graphics cards do require auxiliary connections, which we do have our 6-pin connection at the back. So first thing we want to do is remove that. Alright, and we remove that while the card is still mounted securely to the case, so we don't put stress on the PCI Express connector that you see back there on the motherboard in its blue color. Speaking of the PCI Express connector, most of them will have some kind of a latching mechanism. This one is just a little lever back here which you push up. If I can zoom in on that real quick. Focus, thank you. See the little lever right there. We'll pull that up to release the card after we unscrew it. Speaking of screws, there are two screws that you need to worry about right over there. So let's go ahead and undo those. Magnetic bits are handy. So there we go. We have the graphics card unscrewed. Now I'm going to lift that lever in the back and pull straight out. There we go. Now for the new card. Be sure when you're putting the new card in that your tabs right here correspond properly to the metal of the case. You can see the slots right here on the back. So we'll get this wire out of the way. Make sure that's flush. And then make sure it lines up properly, and then put steady pressure on the card until it pops in. Now we are going to put the screws back in. And then we are going to connect the PCI Express connector over here. I'll try and get a better angle on that here. So there you see the 6-pin PCI Express connector. Looks like that on the power supply. Sometimes it'll be a 6+8 connector, like that. Those extra 2 pins that you see there are just ground. So we'll connect this up. This is a pretty typical system. I mean, what we have here, graphics card, motherboard, RAM. I'm going to lift the camera back up so we can get a better angle. And we also have our primary drive over there, SSD in this case. Our power supply is up here, where all of our power cables run out of. And then our optical drive up here. So like I said, pretty typical system that I have right here, but it does the job. So hopefully this video was informational and helpful to you, and we'll see you next time.